Greetings and welcome to part two. Welcome. In other words, Otetiani. We started off with our first topic of discussion being weight. You know, that accumulation of caloric intake that just doesn't go away and reveals our guilty secrets that happen in the midnight hour. Well, I hope that you enjoyed getting acclimated and acquainted with your lower abdominal muscles and how much they are part of your body's ability to stand erect with good posture and hold everything in alignment. So, if you've been like me, you have been intermittently thinking, oh my gosh, let me engage my core, and you've been contracting the pelvic floor and crunching the lower abs and making that little concave where you can feel your diaphragm just lifts up and your shoulders drop back and everything is in beautiful alignment at that point. So today, in continuing to reflect on that topic of weight and how do we acquire the loss, how do we gain the loss that we would like to, which will give us victory over the thought that this is an exercise. It is not. Trust and believe. It is not. It does nothing for the biceps. Totally enhances the waistline and the butt line, though. So, I'd like to talk about while we're thinking, okay, I want to breathe throughout the day. I think this feels good. I want to see what kind of results I can get. There's going to be noise. That's right. There's going to be noise in here. Noise saying, no, that can't work. No. Have you heard anyone else say that? What else is the voice inside going to say? It's going to say, you can't do this. It's too easy, so it can't possibly work. And nothing's ever worked before. Wow. You know the lines that I'm talking about, that just those loops that just keep going round and round and round. Well, let's talk about silencing the noise. And one way that you can get ahead of the game in the arena of silencing the noise in our head, which by the way is silent. No one can hear it but us. Pick up the book Ignoring the Noise by Dominic Curry. The name of that book again is Ignoring the Noise by Dominic Curry. And I will, I think, put that in the chat before we depart. Perhaps I can try to do that now. Let's see, together. Um, that's not working very well. Okay, so we'll do that later. But again, for the third time, the name of the book is Ignoring the Noise by Dominic, Dominic Curry, Curry. That's Curry. Fantastic little book, easy read. Um, it's formatted with a balance of references from the Bible to just straight prose that amplifies those biblical references. But I tell you what, I was really impressed with this book because um, depending on what your point of references are, Bible reference may mean nothing to you. I tell you what, this gentleman, Mr. Curry, does a very strong and solid um, version of what he's revealing in Bible reference in plain English. It's a wonderful book that helps us identify how we have these constant loops going on in our head, how our perhaps even look at your subconscious thoughts, what's happening subconsciously that we're not aware of. Um, Silencing those voices is key and crucial to a lot of the success that we desire in life. Silencing the noise, ignoring the noise, can help us successfully render a positive um, loop to repeat in our head. You've heard of affirmations, perhaps. Affirmations are like, I am beautiful, I am powerful, I am in line with the universe, I am able to accomplish my desires, I have the skills, I have the ability to acquire the skills. These I statements are affirmations. So you may have affirmations that you can supply in there, perhaps scripture. Maybe that's a source of strength for you. Um, get some scriptures to memory and allow those to rotate in your head. Um, there's such a wealth and treasure trove of public speakers, positive, motivating speakers. Start tapping into them. One that I have started following is Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is a female, but I tell you what, there's no confusion when you partake of her wisdom and her insight. It can go a long way to help you with a tough problem like weight reduction or weight maintenance. Because we've look at childhood. How was food a part of your childhood? How do you relate to food today? And it totally stems from your childhood experience. If food was used to reward you, or to cajole you, or to bribe you, or you just independently found comfort in food on your own, these types of behaviors can certainly generate habits that wind up being a part of who we are and what we do constantly. So, silencing the noise is one of the first conquests and one of the first um, rewards that you receive when you start doing what I call deep breathing, in other words, abdominal engagement. Abdominal engagement, in other words, deep breathing. I believe this is a very strong and powerful way for one to focus on self, become aligned with self, become acclimated to yourself. You see, when you start deep breathing, you can't deep breathe like any of the iconic stars that may appeal to you or may entertain you. No matter how much they breathe or in what they're doing, their breath does nothing for you. Your breath serves you, and you must allow your breath to serve you. But you must ask your body to breathe. And your body is designed to breathe properly. And I submit, when you engage your body to breathe properly, particularly engaging your abdominals, the pelvic floor, the lower abdominals, and then the upper abdominals, creating that cave so that your diaphragm naturally rises with your breath. See, I'm inhaling and my diaphragm is free. It's like it's on a pendulum, and or I can't think of what the exact word is, but there's something that gives it an apex, a center, and I'm able to move my upper body and my lower body in sync, interdependently and independently, based on what the muscle groups there are designed to do and enable me to do in the way of movement. Um, so when you are striving to commit yourself to deep breathing, in other words, abdominal engagement on a regular basis, it ultimately starts out with perhaps 1 to 3 breaths. But of course, we want to be successful. We want to nail this procedure, the style, your form. You want to nail that. So when you first start, it could be just 3 breaths. I know for me, it was a single breath. Then I took 2 breaths, and I did 3. Then I began to do a series of breathing in threes. 3 is the number of power, right? So I did 3 breaths. 2, 3. And as I did those groups of 3, I started to become acquainted with my abdominal muscles, with the tissue, with the ligaments and tendons that are part of that system that was enabling me to build my strength, build my strength from the inside out. Though there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with, and there's everything right with perhaps doing a weight lifting program. It could be a light lifting, weightlifting program, but that would still be significant because our lifestyles are such now that we do absolutely nothing physically, really. I mean, it was one thing to consider running from a dinosaur, but we're so past running from dinosaurs now, right? We are far beyond that. Um, so, starting with your baby steps, you're going to find that you do 3 sets of deep breathing. You do 1 set, 3 breaths, 2 set, 3 breaths, 2 sets, 3 more breaths, and your third set, you start thinking. It's inevitable because those thoughts are used to running. It's like, what are we going to eat? And so, since we did these 3 sets of three, we deserve a cookie, ice cream, something, right? You got to side. That's noise. That is noise, and you've got to silence that. And you can silence that. You silence that by focus, prioritizing, writing down, and having before you um, what your objective is. These are ways to silence the noise. And I just got a message that my connection is unstable. So they're going to please wait while they try to reconnect. And I imagine we're reconnecting nicely now. So, again, I'm Otetiani, master, or in other words, master orator. Master orator, in other words, Otetiani. And this is part 2 of my welcome. I'm welcoming you. I'm welcoming myself to the YouTube channel platform. I'm in, encouraging you to take this journey with me while I explore what I hope you'll find some significant and valuable topics for discussion. In other words, and I promise that I will always be brief, less than 15 minutes, in order to respect your time and to hopefully just drop a golden nugget on you that you can pick up with one hand and run with it. So I thank you so much for taking the time to like, smash the like button, to share. Please share with someone and to subscribe. I appreciate you supporting, in other words, Otetiani, in those 3 fashions. All 3, the better, but whatever suits you, whatever floats your boat. Okay, I see I've got my cursor, so I'm going to do this ignoring the noise. And see, my screen, my keyboard is going right, but I don't see the typing. So you see that come up in my comments for you. It's so exciting to be here. I've watched a number of YouTubers and just watch the content. So now I'm looking at YouTubers and I'm looking at style, finesse, and what might be in their little black book to enable me to bring you a quality experience as well as engaging and entertaining. And I'm still waiting for that cursor to finish typing for me. I don't know if it's going to do it or not. I don't know. I think it is. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay, there's a blue line. Aha. Okay, I need a blue line to come up when I do that. Ooh, there it is. There's a space. Noise. Another space. This is so exciting. Oh, wait a minute. Tarnation. Oh, this is not working. Not working right. And I'm not going to belabor your time as I try to figure that out. So, if you would, again, I can't get that done. We'll make a note of it later. Thanks for being with me. I appreciate your support, and I look forward to growing with you in this endeavor.